This meeting is being recorded.
Wow. Good afternoon. Can we do a little
Sunday? Ooh, you put lipstick on. You look lovely.
Oh, thank you. I was cold. I'm wearing a scarf today.
We have interesting outfits. It's a little chilly here.
Yeah,
so I also
Happy summer.
I know. I actually wanted to do like the whole Mr. Rogers thing. You know, when he puts on a different thing, and I love that part of it. I think
Puts on his house sweater.
I love that.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Oh,
San Francisco afternoon, that is. Welcome to Ice Cream Sundays. My name is Rose. I am the sole proprietor, originator, mastermind behind Love by Design. This is my wife, Marita, one who catches lightning. Then what do you do with it? That's the question.
Shazam!
Are you like storing it somewhere secret?
Somewhere. Yeah, I think so.
A whole new world.
I know. See that little girl who was like, Jasmine does not need Prince to take her around the world. She should just go on her own.
Yeah. She's like, there isn't space on the magic carpet for both of them.
Why is she waiting for him?
What the heck?
Come on now.
Today, you can be like Jasmine, go on an amazing carpet ride around the world with all of our viewers.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, enough of that. Ice Cream Sundays, welcome. As I said, my name is Rose. This is Marita. We do Ice Cream Sundays every Sunday at 3 p.m. San Francisco time. Mm-hmm. So if you are just happening to catch us, this is every Sunday we do this.
Every
single Sunday.
When do we do it?
Sunday. 3 p.m. San Francisco time. And it's a little joint offering. We each have our own incredible businesses that we kind of bring some of our talents and skills and meld them together here for you. So my particular passion is working with LGBTQ women, really helping them to have the most amazing ride or die relationships that they can instead of having those half in the door, half out the door relationships. Yikes. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. I guarantee that you can think of somebody right now in your mind who's in a relationship with a partner who has one foot in the door and one foot out the door. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Get in or get out.
Yeah, or be casual, but don't be on the
I had a lot of those.
You never want to be that partner that all you do is complain about your partner to other people. Like that's your like conversational topic. If that is happening, that should be a big red flag to you. You shouldn't be with the person that you're with. Because you don't deserve them and they don't deserve you. Both ways.
Oh, wow. Finland won the Hockey World Champions. That's amazing.
Hey, hi, everybody. Okay, who we got so far?
We got Cindy,
Ingrid,
Jonah, Wendy,
Jonna,
Tasha, Ingrid,
Sarah, Tasha, Samuel, Wendy, Aiden. Hello. Nicole, Steven. Hello, everybody.
Do you like my new glasses, everyone? So I know they look like the other ones, but they're not the same ones.
They're different. They're slightly different.
Slightly different. Like right here, I think maybe right there.
Slightly different shape, a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger.
Our roommate came in and she was like, oh, you look so much smarter. Are those new glasses? I was like, they're like 1 centimeter different from the last one. She's like, yes, they are.
I guess they make a difference. So hopefully they make a difference today. Today on Sunday, Ice Cream Sunday. Steven, it's good to have you back. Awesome. Will be our first ice cream chakra clearing. Thanks, Steven.
Hi, Imani. So how it works here, in case this is your first time here, though most of you I know it's not.
Cindy, yes, they're a little bit darker.
We offer ice cream chakra clearings. You can only get those here, people. They're amazing. Have you ever had your chakras cleared? Slightly different than a colonic. So ice cream chakra
and we help you. Sometimes you do colonics and they don't help you. That's another conversation.
Like, do that.
And you're like, oh
my God, too much information.
Okay.
Some people are ready, some people aren't.
Jonah, card, yes, permission. So some people already know.
So yeah, so how it works, you can ask for either an ice cream chakra clearing or a single card reading, and you need to let us know for the reading a topic of your choice or a specific question that you have. And then for either one, give us permission. So write permission in the comments. So those are the 3 things you need. 1, chakra clearing or card reading. 2, give us permission. And 3, we need to know the topic for the card reading or question that you have. Okay?
Ingrid, metaphysical colonic.
Basically.
Okay, so the people who asked for cards, so we're going to start off with Stephen and an ice cream chakra clearing. Then we got Jonah, Dwayne, and Ingrid, Miranda, and Aiden. We need permission from you guys. We just like to double sure. We know that asking is giving us permission, but sometimes people in the middle of asking permission or whatever, they're like, I've changed my mind. So we just wanted permission. Give us that, and give us direction too. So Jonah, give us a direction. Dwayne and Ingrid, Miranda, and Aiden, please. Miranda's like, money, got you. Dinero Hero. Cindy, thanks for sharing, and please share. We need your help. We get the viewership that we get because you share, because you're here and sharing it and raising up the energy for us. So
boost the signal.
Boost the signal.
We love having new faces on here. We love that we have people that come back and watch us and interact with us and join in community with us every Sunday. And we love meeting new people, because how do we meet all of you, right? You always start by being new, and then you become a part of the community. So if you spread this out, you never know if there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people out there who are like, oh my God, this is awesome, and if it resonates for them, they'll stick around. And if it doesn't, they won't, you know what I mean? But that is how we build the community in this way. It's like we're planting all these little seeds, calling our people to us. So.
Cool. Oh, we got a lot of people on here, so thank you so much. Thank you so much. Card career. Okay, so let's go through these. Let's get our timer ready. Let's see if we can go through a few of them today. So here we go. So let's start off with Steven. Steven, are you here? Give us a thumbs up so we know that you're here. So then we'll start on Dax is Jonah with a card for her love life. And then Dwayne and Ingrid. So those are the 3 that we're going to be doing. Again, we'll try to go through as many as possible. But we need to know that you're here. So we check in. Steven, are you here? After the 3rd check-in, we just move down the list.
We know there's a little delay.
Yeah.
So we'll wait and just kind of see whether you're here. But we be ready, So if she says, hey, you're coming up next, keep an ear out, because then we're going to just make sure you're still here. People pop on and off this kind of stuff all the time. So we don't want to, do a reading for somebody who's not watching anymore when all of you amazing people still might be watching. There you go.
Also, we do a carding clearing at the end. So, okay, Steven, let's do it.
Cool. I like that.
Aiden, we got you down. You're number 5.
Cool.
Okay. So, Stephen, the first flavor I got was Rice Krispie. Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie. Ice cream flavor for your throat chakra. So a little clearing needs to happen. A little snap, pop, and crackle. Snap, pop. I don't know.
Snap, crackle, pop.
No wonder I can't do it. Snap, crackle, pop.
There we go.
Opening it up. And this is really, the throat chakra is that place of your power, about your voice, of how you're going to live in this life. How are you going to decide? Are you going to be balanced? Are you going to allow yourself to live what your head thinks or what your heart thinks, right? So the throat is the unifier of those 2 message systems. And sometimes they're completely different, right? Your head's like, you can't do it. Your heart's like, go, So what is your throat? What is your voice going to say? Are you going to stand up for yourself? Are you going to shout for yourself? Are you going to love yourself? That's what's coming through. Snap, crackle, pop. Self-love. What you got?
I'm thinking if we're going to do, how many people are we going to try
I
to
don't
get
know.
in
No,
today?
we're not. We're just going to go with the
Oh, okay,
theme.
okay. It's funny. I don't know what the actual, maybe that's what it is. What are those cookies that we like? We get the gluten-free kind, but they're like
The thumbprint ones.
No, not that one. They have like caramel in the middle, and they're like
Alfajores.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the flavor that I got for you, alfajores.
Alfajores, yeah.
Yeah. So they're like these. If you've never had them, they're these cookies that have caramel in the middle. Is it a particular type of?
It's cajeta.
Cajeta. So it has cajeta in the middle, which is a particular type of caramel, and then these two cookies on either side that kind of like they get wide in the middle and skinny at the edges. And the cookies are like so crumbly, they just like fall apart while you're eating them. They just fall totally into crumbs while you're eating them. And there's sometimes like a little bit of shredded coconut or something on them too. That is the flavor I got for you. It's like this really rich, sweet flavor that is connected to tradition and family and ancestors and like childhood memories. Have you ever seen the movie Coco? For some reason it just makes me think of that movie. That's like the energy that I'm getting for you. And I think that it has to do with really taking the time to connect to and honor not just your ancestors, but your memories, your childhood, your traditions. And for you, that's going to be actually your root chakra. It's kind of like, it's not the right time of year. If it was around Halloween, I'd say this is basically a message that you need to set up an ofrenda. You need to set up something to honor your ancestors. But if, in your own tradition, I think it's time to take a little bit of time and space to do that, to honor ancestor, tradition, childhood, memory. Just through a small ritual, and maybe set aside a little spot. Again, that's for your root chakra, the alfajores cookies. That's the flavor I got for you, and it's really just going to be kind of comforting, and it's like a really comforting memory just wrapping around you like a blanket, and you just have like a little sweet, like when you're a kid and you got like a little sweet, you know what I mean? And you were just like, yay, yum. Okay. That's it.
There we go. Thank you so much.
Anything you wanted to add?
That's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Stephen. Thanks so much for coming back and for supporting. We missed you last week, so thanks so much. Okay, my good Viking friend. Are you ready?
What is she getting?
Love card reading.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Jonah. Andrea, can you say? And we've got Dwayne, and then we've got Miranda, then we've got Aiden. So we'll see what we can get through. Yes, she's here. Jonah, how are you doing after that clearing that we did? Has it been 13 days since that clearing that we did? It's been at least 7. More than that, almost. I wonder how you're doing. Cool. Thanks, Stephen. Thanks, Sharon. We'll add you to the list. Our list is a little long today. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Angel. Hello, Sharon, Amani, Lillian Arroyo, Aiden, Marie Catalano, Angela Hecker, Elizabeth Stanley.
Oh, Angela's back.
Yeah, it's been a while. Miranda, we got you. Kathy, hello. Risa, how are you? Congratulations, Risa, on your graduation. Woo!
Go, girl.
So, Nicole, thank you so much. So thanks for everyone who's joining. Thanks for everyone who's sharing. Good. She's feeling good. That's good. Angel, thank you. Wow. Here's your card, my friend. 48. We're still using the Rumi decks, these beautiful kind of abstract paintings, semi-abstract figurative paintings. Of course, Rumi was a poet. And what's a poem for this?
Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion and bewilderment is vision.
Wow. It's almost like saying, you know, like, stop trying to figure it out, which is kind of what I'm feeling in my life these days. So love life. What else do we have for her?
Yeah, you know, I think what you said about stop trying to figure things out with your thinking mind. So, you know, the thing I want to talk to you about is this. You know, I don't know if you've ever had an interaction, but where you kind of feel power through your intellect, right? You know, through your cleverness, where, you know, it's easy to fall back on into a place of safety when we connect to our intellect. If we are people that feel comfortable being clever, intellectual, you know, knowledgeable, right? It can be very safe. And I think what this card is, the message for you today is, in terms of your love life, you are going to have to push yourself out of your area of safety, being your cleverness, being your intellect, being your knowledge, right? Being able to be very witty and quick. You know, it's fun to be that way, but if you really want to have a meaningful love life, there's always going to have to be vulnerability. And that vulnerability, if smartness is a safe place for you, you're going to be keeping people out here, right? You're always going to keep people at arm's length if you are falling back to a place of wit and cynicism, particularly cynicism, right? So I would encourage you to, every once in a while, where you feel the urge to be sort of clever, you know, to be a little smarty pants. Wasn't somebody saying that to you earlier today?
Yeah.
That you need to actually you need to seal the exit, right? So if you are trying to escape into that, sit with the discomfort of maybe trying to either not say anything or say something different that is a real feeling. Like, look at what is the emotion that you're trying to avoid, or the connection that you're trying to avoid by being so smart and so clever. What are you afraid of, right? We often protect ourselves through this. Is there something that you wanted to add?
I want to jump in and close it up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So one of the things that Spirit says is stop the drinking games. So you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. It's almost like drinking games are easy, right? They're fun. They're playful. You're with a lot of people. You're in bars and stuff like that. But one of the things that Spirit's really saying to me, you got to stop the drinking games, because you got to stop playing around. You need to get real. You need to get focused on what you really want and be able to sort through the emotions and not cover it up with games, or, as she said, cleverness. Get out of your comfort zone. So, you know, I got out of my comfort zone when I met Rose. You know, I met her in a very different way, in a different fashion. She was outside of the group of people that I was used to hanging out with. And it was, I had to take a risk, you know, because I knew that if I kept doing the same thing and meeting the same people and being clever and having the quote unquote drinking games, and that I was going to stay stuck within that you know, that body of water that I had explored, and I wanted something different. So yeah, I know it's hard to open up. I know it's hard. I know it's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And very challenging. And just you saying that here is powerful, you know? So thank you for that, because you just took your power back right now by saying that, and by saying it's hard. So you just opened yourself up, and you just did that with us, with, you know, all the people watching. So small steps, just like I told Bonnie, take a minute a day to yourself. Take a minute a day, small steps, you know, small steps. And you're like, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. Maybe go on a putt golf game, you know, a little miniature golf game, you know, as a date, or just get out of your comfort zone. And that way you'll meet people in the outside of what you've existed in, because that's what you're craving for. You just got to go for it.
The one thing I want to add really quickly, and this is just kind of a little trick, if you are used to being kind of like clever, smart, badass, like attitude, snarky, whatever it is, I don't know. But something that for me shifts things a lot, without putting me, it feels vulnerable for me, but other people might not know it, is instead of that wit and charm, try every once in a while switching it out with a really genuine compliment to somebody.
Yeah.
Like something that really occurs to you that you appreciate. Like, God, I just so appreciate that, like, your energy. It's so light and bubbly, and it's like giving me energy. Things that reflect both an impact that somebody's having, something you appreciate about them. You don't have to go like all the way deep if you're just meeting them, but something really genuine. Those kind of compliments, they really open things up in a way that doesn't have to be, I'm digging down into the pit of my stomach.
The compliment you gave me when you told me that I was a catch.
Oh yeah.
She tells me, the 14th hour of us knowing each other, or something like that. First date that lasted a couple days. She turns to me and she goes, "You're a catch." And I didn't know what to do with that. I was like, "Oh, I know I'm amazing," but like for someone to be like, "You're quite a catch," it floored me. It took me out of I already was out of my comfort zone. Took me out of that even again and challenged me to be like, okay, am I going to allow someone to like me? Because I didn't like people liking me. That's a whole other thing. But so, yeah, Jonah, it seems like you're trying, and just keep at it, and go out with a friend, have a good wing woman, to help you out. But I think this is really time, like, to, there's this saying, get out of the Moor harbor. You have to get out of the harbor. You got to go out into the ocean. You're a Viking. You're a Viking. You're about exploration. It is time to start to go out into uncharted territories and waters.
Yeah, and go out with groups of people. That's another thing. You don't always have to go out if you're looking for love life to go out on dates or have a wingman. Just go out and go out to big group events where you're not going to know everybody, but you're going to know enough people to feel comfortable. Like you're, pushing your edge, but you're not like going straight diving in, because that'll also get you back in like the mode of feeling things out and just starting to push a little further at a time. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Good luck.
Good luck. Keep us
rooting for you, girl.
I know. Send us pictures. Okay. Ingrid and Dwayne, they want a big life like we do. Travel, money, everything. So let's see what they got. Okay, Ingrid, how's your shopping going, by the way? Here is your card for you and your love. Yourself and Dwayne. Because there's two loves, right? You who show the way. Look at that. And I love it. It's like in the middle of the ocean, or in the middle of like peaks and valleys. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel. Go ahead.
I'm going to read you guys the poem again, because there's something that immediately occurs to me with this card for you guys in terms of finances, but I do want to read you this poem. It's pretty short. The logical mind runs away from drowning. Lovers accept drowning in the sea as their destiny. The logical mind finds consolation in reaching a level of comfort in life. Lovers are focused beyond their own comfort. So here's the thing. I don't know if you've had this experience with money where it's tricky to hold the big vision and the, big risks that you might have to take financially to kind of move towards that big vision versus the, trying to save money, trying to make the bills, trying to, cut little corners here and there to save money, trying to like skimp and save. For example, my car was broken into in September of last year while I was working, or while I was in the city, I should say. And a bunch of stuff got stolen out of the car, thousands of dollars worth, but it was all really small stuff. So in order to get half or more of the money back, I wasn't sure how much they were going to give me, but it was ended up being like less than half.
Mm-hmm.
I had to itemize every single item. It took me so long. There was like all this like, vegan, cruelty-free makeup in there, all this stuff, right? But I was like, but that's money that like is just waiting there for me, right? Oops, I forgot to start that. So I was like, I got to do this. I got to spend all this time doing this. And it was money that was available, right? That was already supposed to be coming to us, but I have such limited time.
Yeah.
So would my time have been better spent doing all that work? Or would my time have been better spent actually promoting my business, which once I promoted it, it wouldn't actually stop paying me at the end of that promotion. That would have given me more experience, more reviews, more exposure, etc. Right? Sometimes we can be so focused if we've been in a situation in life, or because of our story, if we are very focused on like the living paycheck to paycheck, making sure we grab every dollar where we can, instead of focusing further ahead on bigger things, instead of focusing our energy. What is that phrase? I always forget it.
You always say
pennies, penny wise, pound stupid, or something
like that.
It's basically like, right, when you're trying to save, get all these, you're couponing like a mofo, right? But actually your time is so precious that you cannot replace. And so when we are trying to save all these little bits of money and make it like in these tiny little ways, we miss the opportunity to actually go really big with our finances, which sometimes can be scary because it might involve things that feel very risky. But as my coach told me the other day, risky compared to what? Right? What are we comparing that sense of risk to? Right? Me and Marita all the time will be like, or I should say she says this because, well, we'll talk about that later. She's like, oh, that's a lot. I don't know if we should spend that on. And then we'll be like, well, wait a minute. How much did you spend on your, on your jacket the other day? How much did you spend on, right? Like when you were buying new luggage and we were talking about like this, you use this every single week for work. Week, you carry your life in this for work. Oh. But it seems like, oh, this is so much to invest. And it's sometimes we just have this idea that we can't spend money here, but we can just drop it without even thinking about it over here. Do you want to add something else?
I know. I think it's just check your buckets, right? Opportunity cost. The one thing that I learned in, economics. I thought I got a better grade back in college, and I discovered I didn't. But what the opportunity, everything is an exchange of energy, right? I mean, Ingrid, I know you know this very well. So where are you exchanging that energy? Is that energy fear? That's taking time, right? What are you filling your little buckets with, right? It's almost like that Bozo show, right? You have to like throw the little like ball into the different buckets. They get smaller and smaller and smaller. So it seems it's easier just to throw all your balls into that first bucket and fill it up. But the last one, maybe that's the prize that you need. So you have to measure what's worth it, right? And that time and that space. So there you go.
Yeah.
Dream big.
Yeah. And sometimes it'll take a little while, but it's not going to take forever.
But it's practice. It's like it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle. You have to dream big. Rose and I go out almost every Sunday to look at houses. We live in an area where a garage will cost you $1.7 million.
What's
right?
the cheapest house that we've looked at so far? 1.2?
$1.2 million.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That's the cheapest. And we're talking about something that you have to like.
Not a nice, like.
Not well
haunted
built.
As hell, first of all.
Yeah, exactly. So that's our reality, right? We live in California where if you're making $100,000 in our area, you are considered poverty level, right? So here you can look at the disparate levels of what we have to deal with. But this is the thing. We have to flex our muscles. So we go out there, right? We go out there and we practice dreaming big. And because we're physical and kinesthetic people and visual, we need to see the spaces, right? We need to see what that means. What does this mean? What does $3 million mean? What does that look like?
What does it feel like in your body?
Yeah.
It like part of the experience of the law of attraction, right? Is like to say thank you and be in what you already want to happen, right? Instead of being like, oh, I got to go get it, right? It's to just create it in yourself and draw it to you. if you don't know what a $3 million house feels like to walk through, because all you've ever lived in is $400,000 fixer-uppers, that is Marin County for you. I just want you to know that you have, have rotting walls and
I'm like, what is that, a shack somewhere?
no, it's just whatever. Anyway, that was a long time ago. That was like 20 years ago. So, it's feel that experience instead of seeing it way over there, and you're like, I'm going to get there. It's like, no, take a big leap. We went and looked at a $10 million home. And that was actually one of the moments that for us was one of those moments where I was just like, let's just find out if we can go see it. Because why not? Sometimes you have to take yourself there, even though it feels like, oh, what are we doing? Like, we're crazy. Hopefully we're not wasting this person's time, but,
gotta try. And also
dream big.
Last thing, do it really quickly sometimes. Spend money fast. Sometimes it doesn't hurt as much. It's like ripping a Band-Aid.
Oh God, I love it. Okay, we're gonna stop.
Just buy the ticket. Go. Just don't even look.
We're gonna stop it. We did that yesterday
morning. We did. We totally did.
Okay. Ding dong. All done.
Miranda, doy moronta. So yes, she is here. Let me double check that she's here. Miranda, are you here?
What is it for? Card?
A card for money. Rip the Band-Aid off.
So what do you want to do, baby? You want to go see a $2 million house after this?
I don't know, right?
We just looked at one this morning, actually, that I kind of like. It's not the biggest house you've looked at, but the property is pretty cool.
Yeah.
There's
already an offer.
I know.
And we haven't won the lottery yet.
I know.
Okay, Miranda, here we go.
I feel like next year is going to be really good for my business.
Awesome. Let's do a card for money, since we're talking a lot about money today. Money. It's on people's minds. It's a 3-day weekend, so people are like, oh, I'm finally relaxing. And then one of my anxieties is like, oh my God, how am I going to pay for stuff, right? We're also after taxes, right? Taxes were a little bit different for a lot of people around the United States.
It's definitely different this year in the United States.
So yeah.
It's interesting to look at our taxes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you actually read them, but there's some information that right up front that I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Ingrid, another fun thing about houses, you don't have to buy them, but you can. I literally grew up going to houses. It was the thing my parents did to, pass time. But you can get ideas, right? You can get ideas to renovate your own space and stuff like that. I mean, we just redid our kitchen, our bathroom, and it wasn't, I just put a lot of plants in there, right? And it looks completely different.
Plants, we put beautiful candle holders and this little bell, and it's just like our little Zen spa now, you know what I mean?
And that came from ideas of just looking at a lot of, places going, so.
The other thing is if you want to buy a house, but you don't have the money right now, first, you need to figure out how much money do you need to have. Like, you need to break it down.
Yeah.
Just like if you're running a business and you want to figure out how much you want to make, you got to figure out how much you want to try to spend every month to figure out what your goal is.
So you need to know what to ask for.
What's your monthly nut? Like, what do you spend? What's your amount that you have to spend every month, first of all? Probably some people know that. Probably some people actually don't, right? And the other thing is, then when you go into the house, you have feelings about it. You have got to have strong love. Oh my God, I am going to make this happen feelings to make it happen. If you weren't born wealthy, you got to have some serious passion for what you're going for.
Hi, Cindy.
So going and looking at houses and looking at properties and looking at things and being there and feeling it, that is what's going to help drive you. It's going to push you.
And let's see what's going to help drive Miranda and her money stuff.
17.
The human gift. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful card. One of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves is the ability to let go of everything, right? Let go of everything that we've created. I was watching this video the other day. It wasn't Will Smith. It was Jim Carrey, right? And they think he's going crazy, right? But people are saying, no, he's just enlightened. And one of the things that he was saying is they're like, oh, you look really nice. You got dressed up, you know, you look really nice, Jim. And he's like, it's not me. I didn't get dressed. It's not me. I'm not here. I don't exist, you know? So there's something of how we create our truth about money, about finances, about security. We're creating this every day. Every day we wake up and we make millions of decisions, tiny little decisions, and they're contracts. We make millions of contracts. You don't even know. If we knew that we were signing all these contracts all day, we wouldn't do anything, right? And we'd be a little bit more careful. And we make these contracts every day, and every day we can choose to carry them to the next day, or we can choose to change them. And this is really the time. 2019 is the time of changing this energy and these contracts and moving beyond how we've created our identity and our life, right? We have to. And this is the thing. You won't know exactly how to change it because you don't know what the next step is. You have to trust your gut and your heart, and more importantly, ask for help. And here we go. Here's our human gift.
So, I want to throw something out there that actually feels a little edgy saying. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm curious if you're somebody that has a lot of judgment towards yourself about money decisions that you've made in the past. Maybe recent past? Yes.
Miranda, this is a question for you.
Miranda, this is a question for you. Do you judge yourself really harshly for decisions you've made about money? Failure to manage your finances the way that you feel like maybe you should have known to, or things like that, you know? I'm really getting that message right now that you have maybe like screwed up, or that's your perception, right? That you have this perception that you messed up, and, you know, you are like trying to make things better. Could be in a little bit further past. Yeah. So the message of this card is like, first of all, we're all human. We fuck up. All right. And not always without totally knowing. Sometimes we screw up and we kind of know, like we spend way too much money on that credit card, even though we know we're going to have to pay it back. You know, we don't have a habit of managing our money in a certain way. And it's, you know, it's easy to judge ourselves, particularly when the consequences can be really real, right? But this card is telling you, you know, humans are humans. There's light and there's dark. We have all these different parts. And right now, it's time to actually like open up a part of your little heart that you have been neglecting, that's gotten dusty and dark in there, because maybe you need to, you've been slow to give yourself some forgiveness. You know, and so I really think the message that you are getting right now from the universe is about forgiving yourself a little bit.
Beautiful.
And it's also that you're going to have some good hindsight about your challenges with money, a situation that happened in the past, maybe one, or maybe it's some kind of insight into your story, your blocks, and your habits about money and where they have come from. And the good thing is about both this message that you need to spend some time just loving yourself up and forgiving yourself, and also this ability to have hindsight and insight, that kind of work, it really helps you with part of the healing that allows you to shift your financial habits. Because you can do different things, and then if you haven't really shifted your story, or you haven't really understood why you were doing things, or you haven't changed something significant, you might be doing better, but may not be sustainable. If something comes along, like in the past, maybe there was a trigger, right? And you didn't recognize that, and that trigger comes, and suddenly you're like, why am I doing this again? So the good thing is that this is an opportunity for you to start some serious shifting and changes in your money journey. But you really have to start loving yourself around that too. I can tell you right now, I have made some horrible decisions about money in my life. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I should have known better. And maybe yes or maybe no, but it's past. All you can do is move forward at this point. So just give yourself a little bit of love right now. See if there's a little part of your heart and yourself that you've been kind of trying to shove away and not give love to. That part needs to be like welcomed back in and given a big old warm hug.
Because remember, it's a relationship, right? If you want to attract money and you're not kind to yourself, Would you want to take yourself out on a date? Be the love. Be the love.
All right.
Thank you so much. Aiden, thank you so much for staying on. Thank you for joining us today. We have your card. You're asking about work.
Oh.
And this beautiful card came to you.
That's beautiful.
I surge on the uprising wave of love. So Aiden, one of the things that's coming, again, a lot of this money talk, career talk is really about self-compassion and love. You know, are you stuck in a job or in a situation where you are not living your love life, you know? And a lot of people say, hey, look, work is work, and then your hobbies are your hobbies. And that's it, right? And sometimes you can compartmentalize, and sometimes that is a situation that works, and there's a good balance on it. There's nothing wrong with that. But one of the things that I feel that's coming through is kind of your heart really wants to get involved because you're a passionate person. And you want to shine your light and be understood, and to have people see your work and see your work is good. And so this is really talking about how you surge on the uprising wave of love.
So the uprising wave of love in this card is not just also about love specifically. It's about these big cosmic cycles that affect our life, right? And love is an aspect of that. But it's a little bit more specific, like why we're talking about love and the surging, the surge of love. But there are these big, huge forces at play in the universe, right? There's obviously the planets, the sun, the moon, right? The tides, the stars, the heat, the cold, the movement of water through the atmosphere, all the weather. There's the energetic forces at play. There's so many different things at play. And all of those big cycles affect little ones in our lives. They all do. We're not disconnected from them. I think some people may and some people may not feel connected to them, but they definitely impact the little ways that we live our lives, in very obvious ways and very not obvious ways. So the thing about this is we can choose how we respond to these cycles, right, that we're affected by. But if we can learn to ride them and to sort of accept the ebb and the flow, the push, right? This is why this says, I surge on the uprising wave of love. Because it's saying, like, are you going to fight upstream, or are you going to ride the wave of these big cycles shifting your life in a certain and new direction, right? I want to read you a little excerpt here that I think is really powerful, and it actually reminded me of conversations that we have. What we always have at our disposal is choice as to how we respond to these affecting movements and cycles. The effect of this karmic cycle now unfolding in your life is to bring you into sweet surrender and awakening into greater love. What a delicious divine destiny. However, even if we sense at one level that a shift has a positive end in store for us, we can still encounter resistance and fear born of the ego in response to the stirring of spiritual uprising. We may quake in our holy body and wonder if everything is getting out of control and into some disorder. And we will be right in our sense of imminent chaos, right? We get afraid. We're afraid of these shifts because we're like, things are getting out of hand. Chaos is coming. Disorder. And we're right, that is coming, but it's our ego, it's our need to control, right? Instead of rising and riding the wave like a surfer, we're trying to fight it because we sense the wave is about to crash, right? There's something that's about to happen. We don't want to be a part of that. That's scary. That's unknown. What's it going to happen? What's under the water? Are we going to fall on rocks? Am I going to be able to come up for air? Right? But the point is we don't know everything. We don't know how it's going to turn out. But the universe is moving us through these cycles, and if we can have trust through the periods of chaos, through what we experience as chaos and disorder, it's actually going to push you in the right direction on your destiny. But it does have to get a little, right? Before you wash up on a new shore, for taking the surfing metaphor a little further. So this is really telling you you're going to have to put some trust in the universe right now and try to not fight so hard against the chaos that comes. Try to roll. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, and I think pay attention to your emotions. Don't try to stuff them. Pay attention to your emotions and understand that you can feel them and you don't have to judge them or you don't have to fix them. You can just let them be and then let them go.
Baby. Spoken like a true convert.
Ándale, vámonos. Andrea Alcami. Here you go. It seems you're manifesting a lot of things. You want to know what's next? What is next is this car that is beautiful, 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 beautiful. Lila, look at that. Look at that. That's you. You're like, wow, universe, expansion, Milky Way, planets. Multiple things happening. I'm floating in the air. Woo. Look, now you're flying. Woo.
Oh my God, what's happening right now? Am I giving you too much downtime?
I know. Here you go, Aiden. I'm glad. Yeah, Aiden, let your emotions be. That's again, emotions are energy in motion. If you stuff them down, not good for your digestion, but where are they going to go? You need to let them be, let them loose. Here you go, Andrea. It seems that you are here on the point. You are manifesting. You are in this place.
This is hilarious. I think you're going to crack up. The message of this card is you're in a place of not knowing.
Yeah.
But we're not going to tell you what comes next.
Yeah.
Because sometimes part of the journey is you have to sit with not knowing. Sometimes you just have to be like, hold that desire to know and be like, okay, I guess I still won't know for a while longer. And it's okay because you need that emptiness, that darkness, that not knowing for new things to kind of take seed and take shape and crack open and start.
Thank you so much for that seed analogy because can I say something?
Yeah.
Because I was totally thinking about this earlier. We walked this sacred circle of the cardinal directions earlier today.
Guys, big, beautiful sacred stones.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
At the house that we were just looking at.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. And I sat there, I stood there in the east where this is the time that we're in, and the time of the east is of planting seeds. And I was like, oh God, East, what do I do? What do I do? And the east is like, just plant the seeds. Just keep planting them. You don't know what is going to happen in the summer in the south when the sun comes and heats things up. Maybe it won't make it because a raven will eat it, or we have a lot. What are those things underneath? Moles. Maybe that topos will come. But this is a thing. That seed fed something, right? It fed an animal. It fed the earth. It landed. So you have to keep your job right now. It's not harvest time. It is not harvest time, ladies and gentlemen. That is the time of the West. That is after, summer. That is, come September, October, kind of October-ish when we start shifting to harvest. We're planting season. So all we can do is dream. And then and pray for the rain, pray for the wind to, toss the seed. There are other things that have to happen. Your only job is to plant the seed.
The other piece of this message is you need to sometimes embrace the mystery.
Yeah.
Like I know you want to know what's coming next, but the universe is telling you, you don't get to peek around the curtain this time. You have to sit in the mystery because that is an amazing experience. I remember I was at a workshop and we had this opportunity to do a pair share where you would share something you really liked with the other person. And they would
share or pair? Like you're sharing like an apple?
Like you were a pair of people.
Oh, pair of people. I had a pair today, so I was thinking of that.
Whatever, dyadic work, whatever you want to call it. So basically, two people,
Andrew's not.
And you and Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
And
Sophie, hi.
You share something that you really enjoy with the other person. Share something you're excited about, right? And somebody was sharing cards, and she was, he was trying to like ask her all these questions about it, like, well, how does it work? How does it do? Da 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 da. And she purposely was trying to not tell him too much because she's like, that's part of the fun of it. Like, I don't want to try to over explain everything to you so you know what's coming. Part of the experience of the cards is not to know exactly what's coming, So the cards have given you that message.
West Side
today.
Story could be, who knows?
You don't get to know what's coming.
Yes.
You got to sit in the uncertainty a little bit longer.
It shows.
And then it's going to be revealed to you at the exact right magical moment. Did you know that prolonged like waiting, not instant gratification, right? What is it called? Delayed gratification increases your sense of pleasure and excitement, right? We're so used to getting things like this, but actually you get really different good feelings if you have to wait for things, if you have to like think about or not know, and things are coming taking a little bit longer, right? So you're welcome. Okay.
Just a little bit longer.
The little thing almost fell off its cushion. Got so excited.
Awesome. Do you want to do one more, or do you want to wrap it up?
You can do one more. It's
okay, fine. Nicole. Let's see if she's on. Nicole.
If she's here, we'll do it. If not, we will. We will not. Nicole, are you here?
Nicole Fraser.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. There is a delay.
I know there's quite a delay. I noticed my hair is looking a little frump right now. Yeah, it's a little. I'm really just killing time.
She's here. Let's do it.
Okay, so what
career
card
for career. And after that, we'll do a card and clearing for the group, and then we will.
Like you've been doing well. Whatever.
I've been doing what?
Good job pulling cards.
Oh, thank you.
I've been really enjoying the cards you've been pulling.
Hey.
Teamwork.
What? I'm the card DJ today.
Card DJ.
Card DJ.
Card DJ.
Oh, here's your card, Nicole.
She's a very professional rapper, as you can tell.
No, Nicole. No, you know what, Nicole? No, this is yours. I think I put the wrong Nicole. It comes up. That's so funny. Nicole, this is for you. Nicole Farewell Hylton. This is for you. This is what I have written down. It seems that when I put your name in from my contacts, it says something else. So I apologize. So this is yours. So let me just make sure. Your card. I said wrong name. Okay, cool. Okay, there you go.
So what was the question?
Career. Resplendent with grace. Look at that. This reminds me of, it looks like she's like on a mountain or like floating through like something. There's this story in Mexican folklore about.
Okay. Just don't go too long, because.
Anyways, about a woman who becomes a mountain, and we also have a mountain here, Mount Tam, which is indigenous for the lady who sleeps. So, as the lady who sleeps, what is she sleeping and dreaming about?
So, the basic message for you about your career in terms of this card, it's not going to be actually too complicated, is you have everything that you need already to get to that next stage. But the thing is, you're just questioning yourself. You feel like, oh, do I have it? Do I not have it? Do I have the skill? Am I confident enough? Are they going to take me seriously? Or whatever it is, you have everything you need to get to that next stage of your career, whether it's a step up the career ladder, whether it is a shift into a different position. I feel like there's the sense that I'm getting is it's like a step up. Like you are looking at, a promotion, some kind of increase of responsibility, something that's like a little bit more, you're moving in an up direction, not a total like career shift direction. But let me know if I'm incorrect, please, or correct. I would love to know if I'm correct, actually. That always makes me excited. So this card is telling you, you just need to figure out how to tap into all that you already are, all that you already have within you, which is easier said than done sometimes, right? Other people can look at you and see you and know how totally incredible you are, how totally incredible, amazing, talented, skillful. And then you might have some sort of like lack of confidence around one of those issues.
Or you might believe it, but you don't feel it.
Intellectually believe it, right?
Yeah. You could be like, yeah, I'm the schnizzle nizzle, but not feel that way.
Yeah. Underneath where it matters, under your
Honing
skin.
in on running my own business better. Yeah.
You already have the skills you need. So I think the issue is you really got to work on your confidence.
Yeah.
You got to work on your confidence, and you need to recognize and it's sort of like taking the time to recognize the skills that you actually have and all the experience that you actually have already. And really be like, oh, holy crap. And sometimes we don't realize that a skill that we've developed in one area of our life can translate really well, but we just haven't quite like made the leap from this area to that area, and in business, that's totally true. There's ways that, skills we have in our personal life, in our day-to-day life can translate into running a business really, really well, but we just don't recognize, oh, I'm already doing that over here. I can absolutely do it over here. And that's what's going to allow you to take your business to that next level, right? The better that you manage it and run it, the bigger and more successful, or, it doesn't have to be bigger, but the more it's going to be the type of success you want it to be, right? Is there anything you wanted to add to that?
No, I think
cool.
That's good.
We're going to do a card and clearing for the group.
Thank you. So we are wrapping up. We do start at 3. We end at 4. If you want to catch us, we do this again. We do 2 shows every Sunday, 1 here. You can also join us on Kairua. So
that is a private group. So
you have to join Kairua.
You have to be a part of the community in order to watch that one.
Or join us on Ice Cream Sundays, and I also share it there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Or I try to. Maybe I do. I think I do. Anyways, card and clearing for the end. Thank you for watching us again.
Oh, look at that. You rhyme. Such a funny girl.
Here we go. This is it. This is card. Look, we're dealing with a lot of fear today. 25. We're dealing with a lot of unknown. It seems to be the subject matter of the day.
Oh, it's kind of, and then it's also like, it's like the fear, but then it's also like people moving beyond their fear.
Yeah. It's like a good peekaboo game. Peekaboo.
Cool.
There you go.
Don't even know what to say to that.
Because we can move beyond it.
Spiritual peekaboo.
It is, right? You think
I was thinking more like Frogger, you know what I mean?
Oh,
where you're like, you're trying to like,
yeah.
Because peekaboo, you're just like going behind the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, but maybe you think it's different. So maybe you think it's me and it's really you. And then maybe it's a cute kitty. If we had a cat, it would work. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Oh God. We are wrapping this up today.
After so long, you are changing your relationship to fear.
Oh,
hallelujah.
Woo! Ring that bell.
No more shall it hold you in its thrall. You are becoming able to observe it.
Amen.
To witness it.
Oh!
Even to have compassion rather than resistance.
Compassion.
Instead of unconsciously sabotaging your growth.
No sabotage.
To slumber in darkness, you awaken and delight in the light and sound of your divine.
Wake up! Hallelujah.
Okay, so that was the message of the card.
Exactly.
It's basically saying, you don't have to be so scared anymore. And your body and your soul are totally like there, but your brain is like, excuse me, I don't think I got past that note in class. Okay. So you're like, okay, brain, here's the memo. Don't get stuck in your fear so much. It's all good. That's
It's
like
totally
hella
okay.
from the like
Yeah.
early 2000s. And we're like practically in 2020 now. So girl, that is so old. That is like Y2K. It's so old, okay? That is fear.
Okay.
Fear is Y2K.
Oh, I like it.
It's so true, right?
It's binary, zeros and ones.
That as well. But not just that. It's way overhyped, right? Y2K was like, everything is gonna crash.
I know.
And then, like, meanwhile, one computer in some little tiny station in some little tiny corner of the world was like,
Alabama. That's why they're having all those issues.
and then that's all. That's basically all that happened. 1 0 and 1 1 switch. That one little binary code switched. Boop. All right, ladies and gentlemen, did you have a flavor for folks?
Are you going to do a popsicle?
No, we don't have time for that right
You
now.
want to talk about the popsicles?
Later.
Okay, well,
we do Rosy Pops. They're amazing. You're going to buy them when we make them. Everybody already says yes to Rosy Pops. They're popsicles, for God's sakes. Who says no to a popsicle?
They balance
with rose in them.
Balance your chakras, open up your heart, and allow you to enjoy life and have fun.
They cause you to have happiness.
Exactly.
Guaranteed happiness at every popsicle.
The flavor I'm getting for our ice cream chakra clearing is mango.
Yeah.
The third for the third chakra, just clearing that out. Remember mangoes?
Kathy, we're done.
Yeah, I know.
You missed everything. I don't know where you were, but
I know. But watch us on the Kairua. Mangoes have that big seed, right? We're talking about planting seeds today, about just going out there and doing it, planting and watering it, and letting nature and the universe do what it needs to do. So nature's saying, hey, this is time to plant a really, really big seed. Stop being afraid. Have compassion, have love. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. We will see you next week.
Or tonight, if you are part of Kairua.
And
till then, you know what to say.
Stay tuned. We got some juicy offers coming up. I have a summer solstice offer coming up.
And I'm quitting my job at the end of this week, so it's about to get real. Till we see you next time, don't forget, live your life
to the sweetest.
Bye.
Bye-bye.